Movie 101 review. Movie 101 review is created to empower movies and movies itself with my legendary co-host, Mr. Bob LeMent.
Hey Daniel, how you doing today?
Fabulous. Fabulous
It
like you,
sounds like you're
mister?
doing fabulous. You really got it going today.
Yes, I have a lot of interviews. I think 8 interviews so far.
Really?
Yes,
Oh my
thank
gosh.
God. I'm number one on PadMats.
I was gonna mention that. I was gonna say congratulations for being the number one host on Podmatch.
Thank you so much.
I saw
And
that.
will you be my guest on PadMats?
hmm
Thinking about it, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm on there somewhere.
Yes, indeed. So, Mr. Bob, our last episode we talked about who gonna win the Oscar.
Right. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah.
Did we do the right thing? Guess the right thing?
Well, I mean, I think we did the right thing. Did we get any of our predictions right? Not a lot of
I
them.
think. Yeah,
Not
let's
a
see.
lot of them. I think.
Oh, thank you for ABC for providing this.
Yeah, there you go. We got. I think we got the best actor and best supporting actor. We did talk about those two folks. We did
Yes,
not get the best picture. I had no clue that Honora was going to win that. I thought the Brutalist was going to win that.
yes. So what's did you
But the
watch?
Brutalist did win Best Actor
Ah, yes.
for oh well, you have to go down.
What is
Adrian
Brutalist
Brody. I
after
can't
leading
remember his
role?
name. Yeah,
Supporting our supporting role? I
yeah,
know.
and the supporting Kieran
Yeah,
Culkin.
Adrian
I think we
Brody.
did mention him and said he probably would win, and so we got that one, those two right,
Very
and I
good.
think that's the only two we
Yes.
got right actually.
The rest are wrong.
Everything else was
Amazing.
wrong except for Dune. I think did win. Dune 2 won something.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I was
Is
really
it
surprised that the
Wicked?
Honora movie won so much. I'll have to watch it now.
Yes, we need to watch
And
it.
then
I
the
think
Emilia Perez won as well, which again was something I didn't expect.
for the animated feature film, you guess that what your guess
Um,
last name?
I think I did Wild Robot if I remember,
So the winner
but
is
it did not
Flow.
win.
Yeah.
No. I wish Wallace and Gromit would have won, but
Hmm.
I think we
Yes.
chose Wild Robot. Yeah.
Robot. Yes.
Yeah, and the animated
Amazing.
short, we all think we I think we talked about that, but I don't remember if we picked anything.
I think not.
Yeah. So
But
abysmal would be our result. If we were betting, we wouldn't have won any
cinematography
money.
winner, the
Yeah,
brutalist.
Brutalist. Yeah, yeah. I thought
It's
that
not
they would
bad.
win some stuff. Costumes was Wicked, which I
Wicked.
think we did actually mention that because I
Anora.
was making fun of Conclave because they just wore priest robes, which is not much of a costume. Directing was again
Certainly.
Honora. I mean, everybody loves this Honora. I
What is all
haven't read that
about?
much about it. I'll have to watch it
You're
now.
curious, will be the
Yeah.
next week. Next week we will talk about it.
I don't know if I'll have to look and see where it's available at.
Documentary film.
Let's see where it's available at. This may still
Yeah,
be at the
really.
movies.
Okay.
Here we go.
But
There we
anyway,
go.
congratulations to the winners
Yeah. Well,
and
congratulations to all those folks.
all of them. Yes,
Yeah. It
you
looks
deserve
like
it.
it's on Hulu, so yeah, I might be able to watch that for next week.
Okay, and let's talk about
Yeah,
it next
Honora.
week. Oh Nora, oh Nora, what behind your
Honora.
amazing
I don't know if that's how you. It
winners?
may actually be. I may be pronouncing it wrong. Who knows?
So how do you pronounce
Yeah.
Aurora?
Well, I say
Honora?
Honora, but that's because I'm not. I'm from the
English.
Midwest.
So whatever you pronounce, it's okay. It's
hmm
uh what do you call this? Don't
But it's
afraid to
not.
commit mistake.
I think it's. I'm guessing it's Spanish of some sort.
Oh, it's a foreign,
Well, it
like
says
Roberto
a young
Benigni.
escort from Brooklyn meets and impulsively marries the son of a Russian oligarch. Once news
Oh,
reaches Russia, her fairy tale is threatened as his parents set out for New York to get the marriage annulled.
all
I would
right.
have never thought
Interesting.
that was the plot for this movie. Just talking about the name of it, but I guess it is.
Please do
It
watch it.
doesn't
And
sound like it should be a best picture. I mean, it sounds like
yes,
kind
the
of like a
story is
pretty woman kind of a situation.
true. It's not like the previous Oscar winners that is
Yeah,
like, oh
a
my
little
god,
light on the,
grandeur. Like,
typical fairy tale kind of movie apparently, but maybe that's what people want these days.
definitely, they
I
love
might
it.
watch The Real
Probably.
Pain. That's the Kieran Culkin one. I that one I've seen out and almost watched it last a week or so ago, but
Hmm.
I might watch
Awesome.
that one. We'll see.
Let's see next week, Mr. Bob, and congratulations to all of you. And thank you for your participation, for entertaining us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, what will be our topic today, Mr. Bob?
So we're going to talk about this movie called The George. I mean
The
the
George.
Gorge. You keep calling it The George.
The George. So what will the topic today?
I
The
think
George.
yeah, I think do you know someone named George?
George
Dan?
of the Jungle. That's what
Oh,
I
okay.
know.
Yeah. This is nothing like George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle.
Although there is a jungle, oddly enough, in the movie.
Oh wow. How
But
is
there's
it?
no George of the Jungle. It's just
No.
the jungle. It's
So tell
actually
us the
there's a
premise.
gorge,
A
which is not a
gorge.
typical word for people to use. Do you know what a gorge is?
Yes.
If I said a gorge,
Tell us.
no, no. I
Enlighten.
want. Do you know what a gorge is?
No. It's a
Okay,
guardian.
a gorge is like a big a ravine, right? So it's
Oh.
steep on both sides and goes down way deep in the middle.
Oh.
That's what a gorge is. It could be called a ravine. It could be called a butte.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of other words for gorge now. It could be, just a big hill that goes down and then you go up another big hill. But I will tell you, this movie, I didn't know what to think whenever I happened upon it. It's on Apple TV. You can go watch it. It's I wouldn't say it's a great movie, but it's not as bad as a lot of movies are out there. It's got Miles Teller and Anya Taylor Joy, who are big stars right now. Um, but I'll tell you, one of the things that I noticed about this movie is even though it's set in a gorge in the middle
Mhm.
of like the forest or a jungle or something, I think, I mean, I can't know for sure. I don't think they were ever in a jungle or in the
Why?
forest. These actors,
So where are they?
they were on a soundstage because the look of the movie is such. I mean, obviously, some of it was filmed in the forest and so forth, but as far as our two stars, Miles Teller and Anya Taylor Joy, I don't think they ever went there. I think they were in a studio the whole time.
Oh,
So, have you ever
interesting.
seen behind the scenes where they have these big walls of LED screens, and then they can make the background look like whatever they want?
Yes,
Have
yes,
you seen
yes,
that? I think they
yes.
shot everything in a studio and made it look like the forest, and then put some trees in the foreground, and then the whole background was just these big video screens.
It
I
lasted
think
very
that's what they
bad.
did because if you watch it, it if you watch it, it's like it looks weird.
Very
It does
weird.
not look right. And so, Real quick. Well, actually, I'll read the plot synopsis from IMDb here. Two highly trained operatives become close after being sent to protect opposite sides of a mysterious gorge. When an evil emerges, they must work together to survive what lies within. Now,
Oh,
the whole first part, so they set the movie up pretty quickly. And so there's the, if you look in the poster there, you can see there's like two like watchtowers, right?
yes.
And each watchtower has a person, and Miles Teller is in one watchtower, and Anya Taylor Joy's character is in the other watchtower. They play Levi and Drasa, and this is a one of them is Russian, Anya Taylor Joy Drasa, and one of them is American. And their whole job, supposedly, they get dropped off in the forest and have to walk to their post,
Okay.
and they don't even get dropped off right where they're supposed to be. They get dropped off a ways away because it's so secret that not even the people who are dropping them off have an idea where it's at. They just know they have to go drop them off in the forest. They have to walk miles to get to their post, and then they trade out with somebody who's been there. And I think the idea is they have to stay there for like a year, this job.
Oh
And
my
so they
goodness.
recruit people are who don't have any attachments and want to get away from it all for a while. Now, can I give you a plot twist here? A little bit of plot
Yes,
twist.
go
Oh, I know
ahead.
you love
I love
spoilers. Daniel
spoilers.
loves spoilers, so this is spoiler.
Yes,
So
definitely.
what happens is we start out with Levi, and Levi is not having a good life, and he gets contacted to by Sigourney Weaver, who plays a government person, and they're like, hey, you were a military guy, you're having a tough time now. You were a military person, then you were a private contractor, and now you're you know depressed and drinking and so forth. How would you like to take this job where you just go sit in a tower for a year and watch this gorge? And
Wow,
he's
I
like,
love
oh,
it.
that's for me. So they drop him off in the middle of nowhere. He has to hike to get to the watchtower, and then he meets up with the guy who's been there for a year. And the guy who's been there for a year is, so happy to see somebody, because he essentially, you don't talk to anybody. All you do is on an interval you check in with via radio to tell your bosses that everything's going well, everything's fine, and that's it. They never talk to you. You just tell them everything's okay. So he spends about a week with this guy to get acquainted with everything he has to do as part of this job, and then that guy has to hike miles back to the pickup point, where the drop off point. And when he gets there, they don't even land the helicopter. They just send down a line. They send down they drop a winch, and then he hooks on and he comes up. And then when he gets to the top, the guy goes, "Are you so and so?" And he goes, "Yes." And then he shoots him.
Oh wow.
So no one survives this assignment.
Should we
Is
all
what it.
die? Oh
Yeah, they
my
all die.
god.
So
I like the
because it's so
spoilers.
secret that they can't let anybody know about it. So after you serve your time, whenever you get done, they kill you, and then they drop you in the jungle, your dead body. So that's the setup. And then now Levi's in this tower for a year. Well, at the same time, on the Russian side, Anya Taylor Joy is doing the same thing. Well, then the funny thing about the whole first part of the movie is it turns into, so they have binoculars and like telescopes and stuff to
Telescope.
spy on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yes.
And the whole first part of the movie is this kind of make cute courtship where they're spying on each other, but then they know it. And like they'll eat dinner outside, spying on each other. And then, they're kind of having this weird, distant courtship across this gorge. And the thing is, they don't understand why. No one's told them why they have to do this, other than they're doing it. And so there's a whole, um, montage of them separately, um, either side of the gorge, kind of, you know, signaling each other and writing notes on whiteboards, and kind of getting to know each other at a distance. Well, then one day something comes up from the gorge.
Oh, and what is that? Another spoiler.
Well, they're kind of like they're kind of like zombies.
I love it.
And so these
Okay.
zombie people come scurrying up because this thing is steep, right?
Yes.
It's basically a cliff, and there's all these automated weapons, and so part of the job is to make sure the automated weapons work. But anyway, so then there's automated weapons just start going off and killing all these zombies, and they're falling, and then some of the zombies try to make it past there, and then they have to shoot the zombies, and then they save each other from a distance. This is all from a distance. I don't think, to be honest with you, for most of the movie they were ever even together. I think they shot all their scenes separately because of the way it was
Serious.
set up. I think that because everybody, they're very popular celebrities, that they probably weren't even there for the first part of the movie together, and then they only, whenever they had to have scenes together, did they actually come together. But because it feels that way when you watch it, I'm like,
Hmm.
these people aren't even reacting to themselves. And so anyway, so then that's why they're at the gorge. They're at the gorge because down in the gorge lives these some kind of zombies that every once in a while make their way
They
up and
rise.
try to get out of the gorge.
Oh, wow.
And so this happens, and then they're all freaked out a bit because it's kind of shocking, right? And so then something happens. I'm trying to remember what the antithesis was, but anyway, Miles Teller decides he's going to go. He shoots a rope across the gorge, and he's going to slide over to be with her.
Oh, wow.
And so then there's a whole action sequence to that, and he almost falls in the gorge and the zombies and all this kind of stuff. Now, the weird thing is the first part of the movie is a romantic comedy with guns, because they're kind of falling in love with each other at a distance, and but they have automatic weapons, and they're shooting things and saving each other and so forth. So he decides to go over there. He slings he has a system where he can shoot this rope across the gorge, and then he kind of zip lines over to her, and then they spend some time together on that side of the gorge, and it gets even more kind of romantic in a weird kind of post-apocalyptic watchtower kind of thing. It's very, very odd movie in this sense.
Just like the filming of Titanic, right?
Yeah, yeah, just like Titanic, right? Yeah, I'm king of the world. I'm on top
King
watchtower.
of the world. Rotten Tomato give them 63%. Do you
Right.
agree?
So then but if you watch this whole thing, I mean, you really get the feeling that it was all done in the studio, in front of green screens or the video walls and all that kind of stuff. Just because when you're watching it, it's like it's not really real.
Mm.
And I don't mean this because of the CGI. I mean, like, everything's CGI, but these people, and even they at times are CGI because of the action, right? Because they're doing crazy stuff. It becomes a very action oriented movie after all this romantic stuff. And then they decide they want to see what's down in the gorge.
Oh, wow.
And so
Interesting.
then they go down into the gorge, even more fake looking, weird, down in the gorge. And then
when it
they
just go
finally,
to when it just go to Grand Canyon, no, right?
yeah, well, well, it's not quite as big as the Grand Canyon, but yeah. And there's much more vegetation, you know. And so they go down in the gorge, and they find that there's actually a facility down there that used to be
A
some
lab.
type of like experimental laboratory. and
Oh
they
wow.
created these creatures, and then it kind of got away from them, and so now ever since then, this is years in the past, they've had to create this defense system to keep them down in this hole. And but it was all part of a you know some type of governmental secret program to try to invent something that super soldier kind of thing, to have all people come out, kill people and whatnot. It gets away from them, so they go down and they find all this out, and then they have to get out of there, and then all these zombies are chasing them and whatnot. So then they don't check in because they've been down in the thing, so they're each of them have to check in with their superiors to say everything's okay. And so then Sigourney Weaver and all these people show up to see what's going on because these people didn't check in, and they have to maintain the keep the gorge people down in the gorge, right? And so
Yes.
then they realize they're dispensable, and so then they have to kill Sigourney Weaver and everything.
Oh.
So I mean, I'm not making it sound really great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It's good
action wise,
for
it's a
me.
really action wise, it's a fun movie once you get, and it was really well made in the sense, but the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, this doesn't, there's something a little bit off about it.
Mm.
Like for instance, I don't think that they were acting together for a good portion of the
Separate.
movie, and then there's a lot of CGI in it once they go down the gorge. And all in all, it really felt fake, and
You can sense it, right?
yeah, oh yeah, I mean, as you're watching it, I mean, it's not as bad as I mean, it's obviously they spent a lot of money to make this, but there's something off about it. So they escape
From
the gorge, and I guess
the
they just
gorge.
leave it to, they blow it up, so they tried to kill everything because they were maintaining these to see what would happen with this experiment. They weren't killing it off, but there was a fail-safe nuke or something, and they blew up everything. But they got away, and then the ending is basically they're in like an island paradise looking place, or Greece or something, and they finally connect with each other under aliases because they're super spy people, and then it's like a happy ending.
Oh, I like that happy ending
Yeah.
at the end.
Now
Good
the
job,
the
Mr. Scott.
the weird thing is, I would call this is something that I'm trying to think if I've ever seen a movie quite like. So okay, there's this movie called Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Are you familiar with that movie?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I
that would
think that,
be a romantic comedy action movie. That's
yeah,
what this is.
that is all about.
And I
Mm.
would have never thought from the poster, from the poster picture, from what the synopsis, that it was going to be that kind of movie, but that's what it is. It's really a romantic comedy action movie.
Mm.
And I mean, it does
Definitely.
pretty good, but it's not quite. I
What
mean, Mr. and
missing?
Mrs. Smith is really, I think, a really good movie. True Lies was like that as well, right? It had a lot of
Yes.
humor, had a lot of had some romance, and had a lot of action. So I think that it's kind of in that vein, which there's not a lot of movies like that, but they did. I think they did a really horrible job conveying that before you started watching the movie.
Certainly.
You don't get that feeling whenever you go into it. I thought, well, this is some weird movie about mountain climbing or something. I don't know, and how they're gonna figure this out. But yeah, it was an odd movie to say the least. I don't know that I would watch it again, but I'm not so sad that I watched it once.
And twice. For the second time around. So
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't
will
know that
be
I would watch it again. No.
so if you will be the director, what do you think you will do more?
Well, I think that it was a little forced overall because I mean, they kept the pace going. So they, pretty much right away kind of, he notices a woman over there and she notices this guy, and then they, got interested in each other. I think there should have been some more development there. But I guess he was lonely, right? That's why he was depressed, and maybe she was as well. Who knows? And and so yeah, it was kind of forced, the story.
Mm.
So I
Yes.
think they should have worked on that a little bit more. And the other thing was, it just looked, to me, it was totally off on the look of it. I mean, it looked great, but the problem was it didn't feel like they were in the environment.
Mm.
You know, it
Yes.
it was felt different, felt weird
You can
to
sense it
watch.
when you're watching it.
Yeah, you can. Oh, I could. Maybe you'll watch it and you'll like, Bob, you're a nut. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just like the Titanic, right?
Yeah.
When you're watching it, you can sense that they are
Yeah,
using
it's
CGI.
just it's kind of like not quite uncanny valley,
Mm.
but a little bit, which is funny because the gorge and uncanny valley. Anyway, a valley is another word for gorge. There you
Yes,
go.
yes. On the Valley of Death. As
But
Mr. Bob.
the stars did a great job with the material that they were given. I have a weird feeling that they owed somebody something. That's why they did this movie. Maybe they owed a director a favor or something, but or Apple paid him a lot of money to make it. I don't know.
For
So
sure.
yeah, it was
Scott
just a,
Derrickson is the director.
who was the
The
director? I don't.
Scott
Scott
Derrickson.
Derrickson. I've never heard of
Yes.
him. Let's see what he's done.
He's a new newbie.
He's a new director. It looks like. Yeah, let's see what he's got in his filmography. Oh, he did the Snowpiercer TV series. He did Doctor Strange. No, he wasn't a director in that though. He was just a
One of
um
the Doctor
yeah, one
Strange. I
of the.
love it.
Hold on, let's see. He's got some awards apparently. Um he won some writing awards and got nominated for Doctor Strange for something. He was a
He's,
producer on that.
he's a pro then.
Yeah. The Black Phone, again, I don't know. Sinister, have you seen that one? I haven't seen that one.
No,
So apparently he's done quite a bit of stuff, but I'm just not familiar.
but he's good.
Yeah, he did a thing called VHS 85. Looks like he does mostly kind of scary movies. So this one definitely wasn't a scary movie. Oh, he did The Day the Earth Stood Still back in with Keanu Reeves back in a while back.
So he's good.
Yeah, apparently
He's a good reputation.
he did some episodes of Snowpiercer on TV.
Have you watched that?
I watched the movie Snowpiercer, which is a great movie. I did try to watch the TV show, but I did not like it, so I didn't continue watching it. The movie is fantastic, Snowpiercer.
So what's the big difference, Mr. Bob? The movie and the series.
Um, the movie uh, did a really good job of telling the story, and but the TV show just kind of drug everything out, and so I got kind of bored with it because the movie was really tight. It's Bong Joon Hoon. He's I believe he's a Korean director. Made the movie, and he did Parasite as well. I think. I can look it up. Why am I guessing, Daniel? I have this right. I have this computer right here.
Yes, look for it.
But if you haven't seen Snowpiercer, I mean, it is a fantastic. Bong Joon Hoon is
Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon Ho is the director, and let's see what else he's done. I think he did. He did Parasite. He did Mother. He did Okja. Um, and the new one he has out called Mickey 17, which looks really interesting. He's involved with that. But he is a good. I would say he is a fantastic director. And that movie Snowpiercer is a visceral um action movie that has a lot of kind of like Parasite has a lot of overtones for um, you know uh, our today how people are living today and how there's a rich class and a poor class. A lot of class status kind of stuff in that movie Snowpiercer, which they did a really good job of displaying the differences between the classes.
Nice.
Yeah, have you seen Snowpiercer?
No, not yet. When is this, Mr. Bob?
Snowpiercer is from
Yeah.
2013, so it's a little bit older. It has Chris Evans, who was Captain America. He's the star in it, as well as John Hurt, and who's passed away,
Oh,
unfortunately. Jamie Bell, Tilda Swinton, Ed Harris are all in it. Octavia Spencer. Really good actors doing really good work, and I mean it is for a science fictiony movie. It is incredibly deep as far as the
I think it's the director, right?
yeah, there he is. Yeah, I don't I thought he was Korean, but I could be wrong.
Director Bon Joon-ho.
hmm but
Hmm.
a lot of really interesting um class separation of classes stuff. So
Highly
yeah, South
recommended.
Korean filmmaker Bong Joon-ho. He's got 3 Academy Awards. Parasite was the best picture a few years ago. If you haven't seen Parasite, Parasite's one to watch as well. His
Oh,
movie. Again, another movie about the class system and where people fit into it and how unfair it is.
Parasite is all about parasite as in general.
No, Parasite's about a family who is very poor and how they try to take advantage of the wealthy people that they encounter.
Oh,
But the wealthy
okay.
people are, not great.
Is
So
this is this
you don't it's not like you feel bad for the wealthy people at all because they're kind of jerks. And so it kind of, it's this and the realities that the difference between poor people and wealthy people is not because the wealthy people are so much smarter or better. It's just luck of the draw.
Yes,
You're
definitely.
born into it. Some people are born into it. Some people are educate themselves out of it. Um, you know, and so but again, Snowpiercer and Parasite, very deep, deep, deep movies. Very
Oh,
deep.
yeah, the same director.
Yeah, same director.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's I that Mickey 17's got Robert Pattinson in it. Looks very interesting. I'm hoping to catch that here before too long. But um, anything he's done, I mean, he's one of those directors. I think if he's got something, you should just watch it.
Yes, highly recommended,
Yeah,
people. Let's
unlike the
three
Gorge
films.
guy, who was his
The George. The George.
Scott Derrickson, you
the
take it or leave it. Bon Joon
yes.
Ho, watch it. That's the message this week.
Yes, people. Highly recommended. Also, Mr. Bob, to wrap up our discussion for today, what would be your, for all the movies that we talk about, which is your number one recommendation?
Oh, if you had to pick between the
The,
Gorge and
the
Snowpiercer, watch Snowpiercer. Unless you want to see, Miles Teller and Anya Taylor Joy, who do a great job. It's just, the movie's not that spectacular. Snowpiercer is a
yes,
super interesting movie on many levels, and probably one of the best movies Chris Evans been in. To be honest with you.
not Captain America.
Yeah, well, that's its own thing. He does
You're
a good job
equal.
in that, but I mean, it's just not a deep movie. It's just a fun popcorn movie.
Not tomatoes, popcorn. So, Mr. Bob, thank you so much for enlightening us about movies, and would you like to plug in something?
Sure, you can catch me at staticradio.com live on Monday nights on Plausible,
Yes.
plauzzable.com. You can show up and be part of the show if you want to. I did a thing called with a guy named Rob called Mondo
Mhm.
Frico at
Yeah.
mondofricopodcast.com about weird happenings.
Wow. Weird
So yeah, either
happening to
one if you
us.
want. But I also, you know, I kind of cut it up a little bit, just like I do here.
Yes. Certainly. People, I want to plug in also my Book 101 review in its fifth season, people. Fifth season with my feature author of the month of March, best-selling and award-winning author, Miss Angela Henry. Please do listen to our episodes, I should say, because we're gonna do 4 episodes this
Wow!
month. So please do listen. Book 101 review.
And
So
congratulations, Daniel, on Podmatch number
thank
one
you
host.
so much, Padmats, for being number one. I hope I will maintain this month. Lots of effort.
Yeah, lots of effort. Yes.
Oh my goodness. So, Mr. Bob, thank you so much for your time.